Hello, I'm Raymond Lee.
And I'm Katie Hall, and this is LAaRT.
First up, when Back to the Future movies featured a space-age looking DeLorean, an automotive failure became an overnight star.
One certified mechanic has spent the last 30 years helping fans keep their flux capacitors up to speed.
You probably first saw the DeLorean in the 1985 movie Back to the Future. Nearly 30 years later, the car still lives up to its hype.
You wear the car. I mean, you are in there, the seat kind of wraps around you, you're ready, and you drive.
Fountain Valley resident Rod Blankenship says his car is a magnet.
It really is. I've never had a car in my life to be more fun to drive than this. And everywhere you go, the minute I pull out of my driveway, it's an attention grabber. I go home putting gas in it and people are wanting to take pictures of it. At the gas station, I've been to 1,000,000 times. And the kids, everywhere you go, kids just, because of the movie, just go crazy over the car. They just go crazy. So I have Bob Gale, the director of all 3 movies, signed the visor, and Christopher Lloyd, he's the doc in the movie, he signed my glove box. I just keep trying to catch up with Michael J. Fox. He have him sign right underneath there. But
Sounds like you're a huge Back to the Future fan.
Oh yes, oh yes. And so it's kind of neat now. I watch the movie and and then I think, wow, that's my car.
Blankenship has spent the past 7 years doing what most DeLorean owners do, personalizing his car, from chroming his wheels to sprucing up his engine. And the place he gets that done is the Delorean Motor Company in Garden Grove. It's the only place in California that specializes in DeLoreans. The owner of this DeLorean tried to make the car look like the one in Back to the Future too. Although it's not actually a time-traveling machine, here at the Delorean Motor Company, it does feel as if you've gone back in time. Service manager Danny Botkin says the garage has countless tools and parts, all dating back to about 30 years ago.
Well, the DeLorean was made back in 1981 by a gentleman, John DeLorean. He was working at General Motors at the time and went to them with the idea of making a 2-door sports car, stainless steel. They didn't want to do it, so he says, okay, goodbye.
John DeLorean then formed his own company and had parts manufactured for about 30,000 DeLoreans, but only about 9,000 were ever made.
A little over 9,000 that were built. It's just a pure guess, but I would guess probably a little over 6,000 left.
That means there are still lots of brand new parts left that can be used to restore and put together DeLoreans.
It's the most popular unknown car in the world. I mean, everybody knows it when they see it because mostly Back to the Future, but nobody really knows a lot about it. I love the stainless steel on it, and no paint have to worry about. The glowing doors, of course, just the uniqueness of the car. It looks kind of space-aged, it looks futuristic even today.
A look that appealed to Hollywood.
Spielberg and Bob Gale were writing Back to the Future. Originally, it was supposed to be, a refrigerator was supposed to be the time machine, but they were all scared that kids and stuff would get in there. And plus, they wanted to make it with the movie, and when they were writing it, they said, we need something mobile. So John DeLorean was in the news a lot. You look at the car, it was a space-age car. It opened up the door for a perfect time to use this car. And I would say it's too bad they didn't use the car in the movie before John DeLorean, lost the business, because I really think it probably could have got a new influx of people loving the car, and it probably could have saved the company.
Dan Stager is the owner of the Delorean Motor Company. He's the only certified DeLorean technician in the country.
They call me the Lost White Rhino.
Stager says anything that has to do with the DeLorean, they do it here.
Bodies, engines, transmissions, electrical, air conditioning, rebuild engines, everything. I've had up to 40 DeLoreans here at one time.
The price of this sports car?
A nice DeLorean's right around anywhere between the $30,000 and $40,000 range is usually what they go for.
Blankenship says he bought his DeLorean for $5,000 and spent another $45,000 to make it shine. But he says it's worth it.
You've got something that's never going to go down in value. All other cars go down in value every year, whereas this car doesn't. It goes up in value every year.
Seth MacFarlane owns one. You know, he's family dad. I went up to his house several times. Beautiful place, great guy. He bought the one with the time circuits with the flux capacitor.
With a lot of talk lately in Hollywood about a John DeLorean movie coming out, it's going to boost the price even more.
Want to learn more? Log on to DeLoreanMotorCenter.com.